A king was walking alone in a forest when suddenly a lion came to him. Coincidentally, a farmer also came there. He had crooked wood in one hand and a sickle in the other. The lion was about to attack the king, so the farmer immediately put a crooked piece of wood around his neck and slashed his stomach with a sickle. This way, he saved the king's life. As a reward for this help, the king gave the farmer a lot of land along with the number of the village and said, "On the occasion of every festival, you should also come to the special invitation of friends and relatives here, because you also became my true friend now by saving my life in time of need." In a few days, the king had a feast, so the farmer also came. At first, his clothes were not so high, he didn't even know the manners of royalty, like how to sit next to another king. He made many mistakes. When the food came, he sat down to eat with the king. On this, the king got very angry and said, "You are an ugly man. You cannot distinguish between the high and small ranks. So it is better to get up now." The farmer went away ashamed and didn't go to the king for many years. One day, the king was passing through a narrow bridge in a carriage when one of the wheels of the carriage came off. If at the same time the height of the broken wheel was not made equal to the other by spotting it, the king would have fallen into the river. You can call it coincidence or fate that the same farmer was there at that time, and he again saved the king from falling. The king was so pleased with the farmer's service again that he kept him as a guest for several days, and while leaving gave him a lot of reward and urged him to always come. The farmer said, "Basha Salamat, I have saved your precious life twice. Now I want you to fulfill my desire." When the king asked, "What do you want?" the farmer replied, "I have a pain in my forehead, and the cure for it is to strike the hand of a sword. If there is a bone in it, even if it breaks, there is no fear. I will be fine in a few days, and this pain will go away." The king didn't believe it at first, but after the farmer insisted again and again, he finally struck the hand of the sword, which caused an inch-deep wound. The farmer left with the wound, and after a few days, the wound got better with minor treatment. After a few days, the king called him and asked him how he was doing. The farmer said, "My king, by the grace of God, there is no sign of the sword wound anymore. But the wound of the dear king's calling me rude, mischievous, and kicking me out in the first feast is still the same in my heart." Hearing this, the king bowed his neck and said, "Indeed, you are true. I had mistakenly forgotten that treatment of the sages can heal sword's wound, but the wound of tongue cannot be healed."